Here we go, guys. Story time, story time. And you know, and we have talk to me you in the chat so he can verify this story, okay? Okay. When I was working for a company called IBA Security, and they sent me to St. Louis to solve some problems that they had in the office there. Yeah, and basically I went up there and I fired the manager and I hired a new manager and I hired a bunch of new people and trained them all, okay? Anyway, my first day there, I get there, okay, and there's a girl who was the assistant manager. She's sitting in the office, and I introduced myself, and she says, look, I gotta tell you, there's this guy gonna come in here. He works here, and every time he comes to work, he terrorizes everybody in the place. And he's 6'7", okay? Now that's my first day. I don't know her, I don't know any of these people. I had talked to this girl one time on the phone. Her name was Heather, okay? She's telling me about this guy. He's a telemarketer, okay? And he's 6'7", and he makes calls and try and set up appointments for security advisors. We were a licensed, authorized ADT dealership. Anyway, this guy comes in and, you know, he goes over and he sits down, okay, at his desk, and he's getting ready to work, and I ended up having to call him over, okay? So I had him come over to where we were sitting at my desk, and I said, well, now I understand there was a problem here on Saturday, because this is Monday morning that I'm there. And I understand that you threw like a computer, literally, across the room, and that you almost hit a little kid that was here in the office. And he's going, "Arr, arr, arr, arr," and he's getting madder and madder, and I'm telling him, hey, now calm down here, okay? Say, hey, look, I'm all for hearing your part of it. And he's telling me how, you know, he just can't put up with people who are negative, and he can't put up with criticism, and he's tired of the people there telling him he's saying the wrong things and he's doing this job wrong. He's been doing this job for more than 10 years, and he's a great telemarketer, and nobody should tell him how to telemarket because he knows what the hell he's doing. So I said, well, I'm more concerned about, you know, you actually picked up a computer and threw it across the room. Well, yeah, but you know, I knew I wasn't going to hurt nobody. I just wanted to get my point across so people would leave me alone and just let me work. And I said, well, let me tell you, we're going to have to let you go. And he stands up and starts screaming at the top of his lungs, you know what I mean? And I mean, you know, he's 6'7", he's massive, and he's going, ah, ah, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna kill you. And you know, I'm sitting at my desk, you know, I mean, and I've got a little desk. I didn't move into the big office, you know what I mean? I'm sitting out there in the telemarketing room, okay, at this little desk. And this guy's standing up there, and it was just like when I was a freshman and I was a wrestler, okay? I just saw the opening. His hands are up this high, and it's a perfect chance to just spear him and grab a hold of him and get rid of that height advantage, you know? So anyway, I jumped up and I lowered my head, and just like blocking an offensive lineman, you know what I mean? Hey, I drove this guy backwards, and I mean, I drove him backwards. I ain't kidding you, maybe 15 feet. And he's going back, and he's going back, and he hits the wall. Boom! And I swear, it must have been like that explosion in Beirut. The whole building shook, you know? And now I've got him out of the office, okay, and he's kind of stunned from hitting the wall so hard. So I go back in the office, okay? And I close the door, and I lock the door from the inside, and I look over to this Heather girl, and she's sticking her nose out the door like this. She's been the whole time listening to everything. And I said, call the police, and call the police right now. And I go over and I open up my briefcase, and I pull out this thing that I carried with me the entire time, and I've just got it pointed at the door. If this guy kicks the door in, then you know what's going to happen, okay? Yeah. So anyway, he's beating on the door. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you. And I told him, hey, bud, let me just tell you one thing right now. I've already called the police. They're on the way. And if you're smart, you're going to get the hell out of here and not ever come back. And he went away, okay? And finally the police came and they went around and looked around and everything. And they called him on the phone and told him if he ever comes back to the property that he's going to be guilty of trespassing and they're going to arrest him, and told him that we would mail his check to him, and they got his address and everything, okay? And everything was calming down. Anyway, I'm walking the policeman out, and I'm going to walk him down to their car and tell them thank you for everything. And the policeman looks over at the wall and says, "God damn, you must have pushed this guy pretty hard." And I look at the wall, and I swear to God, there's a body imprint in the wall where this guy hit. And the drywall, or whatever it is crushed in an outline just like a human being hitting the wall. So you can see his head and his arms and his shoulders. Hey, and Colliot, how many times did we laugh about that? No, this was in St. Louis. Yeah, Colliot could tell you exactly where it was, yeah. Hey, and Colliot, how many times as we were walking out of the office did we laugh about that wall being crashed in, huh? Laban, that's a true story.
That's cool.
That was my first day on the job in St. Louis, yeah. Hey, but you know what? No kidding, man. Every day when we'd walk out of that office, we'd look, and there on the wall, there was an imprint of a human being hitting that wall. Okay, you could tell it was a human being, you know. And Heather Francis used to tell stories all the time. Yeah, man. Hey, well, you better not mess with that Tony Winchester. If you mess with me, I'll call him and he'll come up here. And right there's what he did to the last guy he threw out of this office. Now, the truth is, I was scared shitless and just trying to save my own hide, okay? Now, that's the truth, you know? Hell yeah. Anyway, that's a true story. Talk to me, he knows it's a true story, you know what I mean? Absolutely. He's seen the imprint in the wall. He talked to Heather about it and even probably saw the police report, yeah. And, am I glad that guy didn't, kick my ass. Hell yeah. My first day on the job, and I get my ass kicked right there in the office, Anyway, here's the funniest part of the whole thing. When I slammed that guy against the wall out there, and I came back in and said to Heather, hey, call the police, call them right now. And I went over to my briefcase. Anyway, about 3 minutes went by, right? And I'm standing there, like Gasmaster said, with a broomstick pointing at the door, okay? And hey, lo and behold, guess what happens? I say, okay, things are calming down to myself, you know what I mean? I can relax here for a minute, okay, because he's gone. And I look over here to the right, and there's 20 people in that office, and they're all sitting there with their chin on the ground and their mouth wide open. Hey, now I'll tell you the funny part is after the police left and I'd walked them out to their car and I came back upstairs, I clapped my hands together and said, okay, now we're going to do some training here. So listen up. And all 20 of them had their hands folded on their desks, sitting at attention. All right, we're going to do some training here. Hey everybody, this is Tony with Tony's Talk Show on Twitch TV. Yep, we're live 6 days a week. We always take Mondays off, and we start at 7 a.m. in the morning and we go to 9 a.m. in the morning. Please come check us out, man. We have a great show. It's real talk with real people. It's a lot of fun. You have a great time. We love you, and God bless you. Hell yeah. Yahoo!